Tara.
And I'm Bryn.
So before I start this video, I'd like to just have a shout out to Amy. We've been talking and she is an amazing young lady. She is so smart and she's so well educated about reusable menstrual products. I'm so proud of you, Amy. So keep up the good work. I think it's great that you and your mom are sitting down to talk about reusable menstrual products and you're really doing it together. That is so amazing because a lot of girls are like, how do I do it secretly so my parents don't find out? And that's not the road to take. Your parents should know that you use these and respect your decision. And you should also listen to them. If they don't think you should use them, you need to respect them too. But it's so important that your parents really are in it with you. And I think that's so great that you and your mom are like watching videos together. And like, it's just so cool to hear from mom and daughters because there's so many girls out there who are like, want to hide it from their parents. So I think that's great what you're doing. So today's video is on using a menstrual cup when you're a young teen for the very first time.
Yeah.
Which can be a scary experience. Bryn's was scary. Mine wasn't scary.
Not too scary.
Yeah, let's start with the non-horror story, okay? So my first cup was the small soft Melina cup. It's a great cup. It has great grip rings. It's really soft, so I probably should have got the classic.
Super soft.
But I still use it. It's great. So basically, the night I got it, I was super excited, and I played around with it, and it was fine because it didn't hurt because it was super soft. And I found out once I got my period a few days later that I didn't have the cup open all the way, and I was leaking. Not horribly or anything like that, but just kind of like I should have been wearing a light pad.
It wasn't all the way open, kind of like
because I used the punch down fold, which is not a good idea. I just don't like the punch down fold. It doesn't make sense to me because when it's inside your body, there's no way that you can get it popped open if it doesn't pop open on its own. Because if you could see just with this cup, it's in you like this, and then you can't really pop that open. There's no, it doesn't work for my body at least.
Yeah.
A lot of girls do love that fold, but I envy them. I couldn't do it. So basically, I finally did figure it out because I started using the half diamond fold, which is really easy to do.
Yes, you just kind of press the cup so it's all flat, and then take the top rim, put it on the bottom, fold in these two sides, and fold the whole cup in half. So then it's really small and it pops open really poppily.
So yeah, that works great for me. If I can't get popped open and there's a little bit of lip down there, all I have to do is just insert my finger.
Yeah, so it's popped open, and then this isn't all the way up. Just take your finger, push the rim up, and then we'll pop it
Super
open.
easy. So I didn't have a really traumatic experience. The only thing that was traumatic for me was about 2 or 3 days after I had been playing around with it. What I did is the first 2 days that I got it, every evening I was in the bathroom for 2 hours playing with my menstrual cup and keep inserting it, removing like this instead of trying new folds.
Yeah.
So I tried about it probably a week later, and it was so painful. I couldn't figure out why. I'm like, why is it not working? I'm using lubrication. Ow! And what I discovered is I had rubbed myself raw. Yes, don't do that. Be gentle with yourself. Just take it every other day. Try it 3 or 4 times,
it's
and then wait a few days
before your period, but don't try it 5 times in one night. It's
No.
not a good idea.
Try it 2 times, and then do it every other day. So just give yourself time to rest, because especially if you're a virgin, you've never had anything up there, so your body needs to get used to something going in and out of there, because it's a baby basically up there, So yeah. So that was the only thing that was really painful, and I was kind of scared Bryn, and I did that because I actually said, Bryn, watch me put a menstrual cup in. It's so easy and fun.
And so comfortable.
And I'm like, ow, ow. So yeah, basically that was my story, but let's hear from Bryn now.
Yeah, so the first menstrual cup I planned to use was the Lunette Model 1.
Which is a great choice.
But yeah, I researched it. I thought this will be a perfect first cup, and it probably would have been. But the company I ordered it from sent me the Model 2.
I really want her to post that up, that unboxing. She's like,
I'm like, so I was supposed to get my period in 2 days. Oh, come on! So I couldn't use it the first few days, obviously, because I couldn't have the right size, and I knew that wouldn't fit, so I had to send it back, and it took about a month for me to get the right size cup. So don't buy from Etsy or eBay.
Yeah, no. But in the meantime, while she's waiting for her cup, I contact the Diva Cup company, and they decide to send us a cup to sample and review. And because I have a low cervix, I said, Bryn, why don't you try this cup? Because I'm probably not going to be able to get it in, and it'll be great first cup for you. So,
yeah, so I was on my period, and I was just, like, really kind of excited to use it.
I just brought it over. Like, I had it at my house. Because I got it in the mail.
Like a few days.
I'm like, yes, I am!
Okay, so I was probably a little too cocky the first time I was trying to put it in. So I'd watched so many videos. I'm like, oh, this will be easy, whatever.
It's really not that easy.
It's so easy, and it wasn't.
But if you have the right cup, it can be really easy.
Like, if you have a small soft or like classic, that'll be nice. But
it's a big cup,
I mean, it's not. The room isn't too big, but as a first cup, it's kind of daunting.
And I think what makes it actually hard to insert is because it's such a long cup. You have to like hold on to the top of like a punch down fold. Like if you do a punch down fold, or I'm sorry, 7 fold that.
Yeah, you have to hold on to like the top part because it's so long.
As of this one, all I have to do is like hold the base.
Yeah.
So it could be a little harder in that respect. Because I remember being like, I can't put it up any higher without letting go.
It won't go, and then I like kept popping out, and I couldn't get it in. So the first.
But after about an hour, we did get it in.
Eventually, but the first fold I think I used was the punch down fold, and it really doesn't work for me. I couldn't get this lip in because I was inserting it, but like this part just wouldn't go up, and I wasn't like, oh, there we go. But that's not how it happened. But it wouldn't go in, so I tried another fold. I think probably the 7 fold. And that worked. It would have worked, but it was just kind of hard to hold on to just because I never used one before. So it just kind of kept slipping, and especially with lubricant, it was just so hard. It was just kind of like... And subconsciously, I didn't really want to put it in because I was afraid it was going to get, like, stuck up there. And this probably won't because it is so long.
and your cup can't get stuck up there, really. It will come out eventually. So there are some, like, horror stories that are, like, in for, like, a week. And there's no risk of TSS, so you're okay. You got a leak, if anything.
But that probably won't happen to you, so don't worry about that.
It's very rare. It's kind of like TSS. It's very rare it'll happen to you, but of course it's not like TSS because you can't get TSS with a menstrual cup. So that's awesome.
So, yeah, that's great.
But if you can't get it out, then talk to an adult. Okay, don't just like leave it in there.
I'll just leave it in there. Come out eventually.
Just like tip that I've learned from getting menstrual cup: bear down like you're going for number 2, but don't center on your bowels. Think about your cervix, like pushing down.
Think about it going down, and it works actually.
But have your fingers up there and like relax and push as hard as you can, and like just bear down with like your core muscles and like really push from the center.
Your stomach muscles. Like,
and then you should be able to reach the stem or the base of the cup.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, anyways,
when I actually got this in, it was a few tries until I got it in, but I did eventually.
I remember saying to her mom, "Bryn's wearing a menstrual cup."
So it did pop open. It was a little painful just because this part kind of went up. It was a little painful on the side, but when it was open, I was like so excited and so surprised that like I couldn't feel it at all. It was great, and
because you really do think you're gonna feel it,
I know, and I was a little sore. I was like kind of a little crampy all day just because I was so sore from like it opening and me trying to get it up there. So I was a little sore. But after a while, it was fine. I couldn't feel it. And I probably left it in a little too long. It was like all day. From like 9 to like all day. Like
probably
12,
to like
12 hours. I'm like, oh, this isn't going to leak. I have such a light flow. We were like jumping around a lot. It was like this full. And it was, when I took it out, it was like overflowing. I was like, blood on my hand.
That's like the only thing that's disgusting about menstrual cups, because they're not disgusting.
I know, but just
it's like when you punch it down and you've had it in for a long time, and when you have menstrual cup in for a long time, it will smell a little bit, just because like it's been up there. The blood hasn't really gotten oxygen to it, so it smells a little bit, but it's not like as bad as some other things.
Yeah.
And like it spilled on your hand, you just feel like this warm liquid on your hand. You're just like
what is?
Oh.
Ew. And then, like, your hand's, like, covered in blood. Looks like a murder scene.
Oh, yeah. I've had times when that happened to me. And somehow I got it on my back. I don't really know how I managed that. Like, it was on my back. Someone's, like, scratched and had, like... on my socks and my legs, or
like on my like shirt.
oh, it was horrible. But
Yeah.
just maybe get completely undressed before you do that. A long
And
time.
probably take it out about like an hour or two later. Don't leave it in all day.
Just to see,
You know.
how your flow is.
Yeah, I mean, it did hold everything.
Because you actually made me surprised.
Yeah.
I thought my flow was really heavy, and it probably actually was a little heavier than I thought it was because of using disposables. It was a little heavier, but it was not nearly as heavy I thought it was. I could wear a cup for like 8 hours, and it was only like half full. Awesome, right? But it's, you may think your flow is really heavy, but it turns out it's really light. You may think your flow is really light, and it turns out it's really heavy, but it's really interesting to gauge how much you bleed with a menstrual cup. So
Yeah,
that's really cool.
that's really interesting. So,
Those are our stories. Basically, cups that we would recommend is the small classic Melina. Don't get the soft, just because
it's too soft. It's kind of just hard to get open.
Right, you don't want to have to be playing up there too much.
Right.
Just get the classic because it'll last you longer. In the long run, you'll be able to wear it during the day when you play sports. So you won't have to be like, oh, I can't do anything because I'm afraid my cup will crunch under pressure, which this does do for me if I'm doing something more than just walking and
it's around
the great cup for every day, and I would really recommend
Yeah.
this cup. It's just the best cup ever.
It's a really nice cup, especially for young girls with a little bit heavier of a flow because it holds 20 milliliters and this holds 15. So it holds a little more. It's a nice firmness. It's a little firm, but it's really easy to pop open. And it had a stem that was twice as long as this, so it was really easy to get out.
You can use it with high or low cervix.
Yeah, really great grip rings. It's just a really nice first cup. Not too strong of a suction. Nice big holes, but not too big. Easy to clean. It's a really nice first cup. And I think
the price of that is good too.
it's about $30 or $40.
Yeah, this is the cheapest cup, but it's made of TPE, which is thermoplastic elastomer, and some people are iffy about TPE. There's nothing really to be worried about, but if you don't really feel comfortable putting it inside your body, then you won't want to get this because it's not medical grade silicone. But it's completely safe.
And this is medical grade silicone. And another good first cup, just kind of a middle cup, is the Organic Cup Model 1.
It's not very heard of, actually.
Yeah, but it is a pretty nice cup. It's nice and soft, but still pretty poppy.
If you had rhythm and furnace, it'd probably be the small soft Lunette, the Organi, the Lunette, and then the Yuki cup, which is really fun.
Yeah, and the stem is great on this cup. It has really great grip rings, really stretchy. It was probably about twice as long as this, and it's only one grip ring, but it is kind of grippy.
So if you're worried about your cup getting stuck up there, then they made the great cup for you just because it doesn't have a lot of grips. So.
But it's a nice firmness, and it's a nice just regular flow cup. Nice
so if you're really active, you play soccer or something like that, and you're always exercising, then you want to get a cup with amazing grip rings and a strong suction.
Yeah.
And it's firm. So this cup has a not a super strong suction, but a stronger suction, firm rim, great grips. Because when you're exercising, your cup can kind of ride up there. It's had a really long, stretchy, bendy stem.
A little more than twice as long as
This is very firm. It's not going to crunch.
Yeah.
Really easy to pull. Oh my goodness, so easy to pull. And it's just a great, really well-made cup. And it's medical grade silicone, so that's great. It's a really good idea to use cloth panty liners with your first menstrual cup. Because just like me, you're going to have a little drippage, okay?
Yeah, because there's some leftover, but around the cup, there'll probably be some that'll just come off.
And if it's not popped open all the way, you're new at this, so it's good to give yourself a little protection.
And if there's just a little bit, it's probably open. If there's just a few little spots, it just probably was a little bit left on the base of the cup.
Even if it's a tiny smear, it's probably okay.
Yeah, if there's a lot, then that's
if
probably
you can see that it's fresh blood just coming out.
Yeah, but if it's just some brown, then that's probably fine.
But liners you probably want to use are just small ones for your first time, because these are good during the day, especially if you're going to the bathroom every 2 hours just to go to the bathroom. You can check, and you can feel this is wet, This is really tiny. It's velour topped, super soft and comfy. Now, if you want more protection, because you're just a little more concerned, you can get something a little bigger. This is a little wider. It's got fleece on the back, so it's like water resistant. And then if you're really concerned, you know, you can use even like a light day pad, which is probably a good idea for overnight. Actually, overnight, I would really actually just recommend use an overnight pad, you know, like a heavy pad.
Heavy, at least a regular.
Because if your cup isn't opened all the way, you want to think, okay, if it's not opened, pretend I didn't have a menstrual cup in, what do I need? Just in case it's not opened, you want to be safe, you know, because panty liners probably can't hold like an overnight flow. But if you're pretty confident, then you could just use like a light flow, but maybe something a little bit more than a panty liner, or just like a really absorbent panty liner.
And if you want it to be waterproof, so it won't leak, then a nylon or peel back pad would be good.
Or peel back with fleece.
Yeah.
Or windproof fleece is like waterproof.
Just like a waterproof fleece or nylon and peel back are super waterproof. You won't leak through that. So that's a good leak proof.
So yeah, you probably just want to use a liner like that. It's a good idea, you know. Those are basically the tips and tricks that we have. We've learned along the way. I don't know. Did we miss anything? Really inserting it.
Do that.
So basically, when you insert it, it's we have a cup here.
That doesn't work though.
Okay. So I'm just gonna use the ruby cup to demonstrate because it's really poppy.
Yeah.
So you're gonna insert it, make sure that the fold is facing towards your back. This is because when it pops open like this, pretends the back. You want to make sure that it pops open towards your back because your urethra is in the front of your body. So if your cup hits that, it will really kill. It's so painful. You don't want to do that. That'll really throw you off cups. So making sure that this is aimed, that it'll pop open towards your body. You're going to insert it in. Oh, it's kind of hard to get in, but you have lubrication in, so
it should be.
So then once you push it in all the way, just like that, that was super easy. So. And you have to break the suction, so yank that out. Okay. Pretend that didn't happen. So basically, you insert that in. What you want to do when you insert it is insert it until your fingers can't go any farther, and you can't hold on to the rim of the cup that's punched down. Then you want to like let that go, but then grab hold of the base of the cup as well, because you don't want to let go of that completely. So that's probably popped open by now. If it's not, it's probably just like punched a little bit, and then you can reach your finger up and kind of like pop that, wiggle that. If it's like this, you can just kind of like push with your finger. And then it's popped open. So you want to stir. Okay, is that popped open all the way? Is that everywhere opened? Sorry. So it opened all the way. And then maybe you want to wiggle your cup like up, kind of in position the way you want it. Pull it down a little bit. Tilt it. You can just play around with it. And if you break your suction and it like pops out, it'll probably pop back open. Or you might have to take it out, try again. So yeah, that's really inserting it and then removing it. You're just gonna have your cup in there. You may have ridden up a little higher, but let's say it didn't. So your stem, let's actually use something that has a stem on it. So you have a cup like this, and the stem, you can either just decide. Some people like to just pull their cups out.
Yeah, if it's a low section, you can probably just pull the whole thing out, if you wanted to.
Yeah. So you might want to just like pull on the stem as far as you can until it feels kind of like you're pulling your insides out.
Yeah.
And then you'll like grab the base of the cup before it like slips back up. Yeah. So like pull and grab. And then as I can see, I'm pinching the base right here, like that. Some cups are firmer in the base, but I'm pinching the base. And so I'm gonna like twist it, okay? So my finger's back here, thumb is over here. So I'm kind of twisting that. And so you see it makes a little dip. And then that has broken the suction, so you can now remove your cup and then empty its contents in the toilet. If that didn't work, just making that little U like it doesn't want to like bend down, you can reach your finger up and then push down the rim, or just like pinch and like really like push that down.
Like trying like a really tight fold.
And that probably will spill, but you can get it out.
You'll get it out.
So yeah, I don't think you missed anything. Is there anything else you think we should cover?
I don't think so.
I think you covered it all. So I hope that's helpful to you. The cups you shouldn't try. No, we didn't do that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't use a large cup. Even if you think of a really heavy flow, just use a small cup. Maybe a larger small cup, but don't use a large size cup. These cups are really made for women who have had children or who are over the age of 30. So they're not ideal for you. Unless you've had a child and you're a young teen, then you may want to get a larger cup. So that really exception. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little tired. So basically you should probably not get a large cup.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get like your large organic cup or
even
a
one size
cups.
They don't really fit all.
Yeah. They do some women. Bryn can wear a larger cup. I can't.
Yeah.
So it's better to go small and work your way bigger, basically. Because you don't want to scare yourself with a large cup.
I did.
Yeah. She's gotten over the trauma. And unless you have a very, very high cervix, then probably don't get the Diva Cup because it is a very,
If you do have a high cervix, that'd be a good first cup then. But if you don't, just don't.
Because, this cup is the same length as the Diva Cup with its stem cut in half. So it's probably about the same length as the actual Diva Cup if it had its entire stem and this had its entire stem. So really, you don't really need the Diva Cup. So, yeah. And it actually doesn't hold that much more than you'd think. It only holds about 32.
Yeah. So it does hold quite a bit, but
this holds like 30, so it's basically the same.
25.
So yeah, that's it. I hope that helped. If you have any more questions, please feel free to message us through YouTube. You can email us at periodtire@gmail.com, and one of us will respond. If you want a certain one of us to respond, just say, "Hey Tara," "Hey Bryn," and then we'll just respond. So yeah. You can also comment down below any video requests. We're going to do cloth pads for teens. That should be really fun, talking about small pad brands, stuff like that. So yeah, I hope that helps. If you have any more questions, please comment down below. And like this video and subscribe if you'd like to see more of our videos. Hopefully they're helpful. And you're always happy to get video requests. So yeah, thanks for watching and have a great night. Bye!